Good morning, I'm Drew. Today you got me, we're going to do a little mobility routine. First I'm going to test where I am on the erg and with an overhead squat. We can sit at the catch at the finish, see how things are looking. Then do an overhead squat, see how things are going. Go through a few my daily mobility drills and then we'll retest at the end. So to start up, get strapped in. And we'll sit right here at the catch. So things I'm feeling right now, I'm a little bit warmed up, but otherwise pretty tight. So I'm feeling a lot of tightness right here in the hip flexors. You can really feel it pulling, and as I get up to the catch, I really feel my shoulders wanting to pull forward, pull me into this bad position here. But where I really want to be is up here, nice and strong.
And can you show us that at the finish as well?
Yeah, so then we're going to go out to the finish. Pretty good finish position, feeling pretty comfortable. Just feel a lot of tightness in the front of the shoulder, so I'm going to work on that as well. That's something I've been working a lot on. So being able to really pull the shoulders, pinch the shoulder blades together, get that full range of motion on the shoulder. Otherwise, finish, I'm feeling pretty good, feeling engaged in here.
Awesome.
Feeling pretty good.
And then carrying that through to the catch one more time.
And then we'll go up to the catch. And again, yeah, just, as I get to the catch, I
Hips.
can really feel it here. A little bit of tightness here.
Ankles, gotcha.
And just really feeling those shoulders wanting to pull forward.
Yeah, and so show us what you're going to try and get to, or try and see when you retest after this mobility.
I can't.
You can't.
I can't really get there, but I'm going to try to get a little farther up.
A little bit farther up, and posture.
Really keep those shoulders.
Yeah, shoulders back and down like
and in
big
that
chest.
strong position,
Stronger position. More
locked in
torque.
place, so.
Good. Rock and roll. All right, so let's go through your mobility drills for the day.
Okay. You want to get the overhead squat or?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Let's do that.
So then another check-in is to do the overhead squat. So come up here, drop down. And here I'm trying to, again, feel it a lot in the hip flexors, a little bit in the ankles, but not as bad. And trying to get the bar more directly overhead, but it wants to stay out here today.
So basically, hip flexors are just as tight as they were on the erg there in the bottom of the squat.
Yeah.
A little bit in the ankles, and then of course the shoulders and the chest, opening up that thoracic spine, and that overhead extension is our goal for the day. All right, cool, great. So we'll look to retest those afterwards once we hit some of this mobility.
All right, so we got our best friends over here. Bands.
Good old jump stretch bands.
Wrap that about hip height. We'll start here with the single leg lunge. This is like my best friend.
So single leg extension with distraction. He's got a nice lunge set up.
I'm really feeling it right on the front here. Keeping the glute tight, but I'm going to kind of rock in and out of it.
He's got his glute squeezed, his butt's turned on. He's got his torso stacked. Keeping everything engaged, and he's kind of just like doing a little bit of a hip extension, a little rock, just a little P&F, opening up the front of that hip and that hip flexor.
Once that gets loose, I'll go through a few, just come up, and then sink down into it a couple times.
See if you can keep that glute engaged and keep that body in a good position through that range of motion, just kind of working through that. Nice.
And that'll really start to get it heated up.
Yep, so spend, how long would you say?
I'll do 2 minutes aside.
Perfect.
It's
Awesome.
usually 2 sets of those 5 up and down.
Great.
Yeah, so there's that.
Cool.
Next one for bread and butter is just going around to the posterior chain floss.
Posterior chain floss, working the glute and the hamstring, the back side there.
Getting some tension there. And right away I can really feel it.
All down the back side.
Pulling the hamstring.
Yeah. Gotcha. He'll work some P&F. He's putting all his weight there on his heel, so his right foot's connected to the floor.
Yep, all the way right here, just kind of rocking in.
Kind of releases some of the tension on the backside when he goes to bend his knee there, and then he loads it up and stretches it as he goes to straighten.
And then I'll kind of sometimes just straighten it out and sort of change the angle.
Kind of search around, find the corners, hit both sides. Gonna shift his hips and his knee one side to the other. Gonna find where it's tight, find what we can work on. All right, rock and roll. So you spend 2 minutes there. Great.
Yeah, 2 minutes aside on that. Alright. Then we're going to go up to a little lighter band for upper body. That's tight. Put the hand through. And just going for the
And
front
that's,
shoulder.
yeah, that's my new favorite. Yeah, after a lot of push-ups or sitting at the desk all day or sitting in the boat coaching, like that upper back, that closed shoulder, that hunch that we get, just
Yeah.
opening up the front of the chest there, love it.
So this is every day too, and just, you know, working through the rotation, the internal, external rotation.
Yeah, just twisting that palm up to the sky, externally rotating, putting that shoulder back in the socket into a better position, just trying to open up all that tissue in there so you can actually sit like that at the catch and at the finish, like we saw before.
So I'll go 30 seconds or 10 rotations there, and then bring it.
Gonna go overhead, a little super front rack.
Again, 30 seconds or 10 rotations, internal, external.
Trying to keep the ribs locked down there, butt squeeze, good posture as we do that.
Yep.
Open up that
And I'll
shoulder
go
and
90
lat.
degrees to get more on the lat.
Yeah. Twist to the side there. Bring the end, good. Spend some time there.
Good, so work about 30 seconds per station, maybe about 2 minutes total on that.
Yep.
And then I got a couple favorites, so I like the banded bully.
Yeah.
It's a good one, so it's nice because
Another
you can just
favorite.
kind of hang out in the stretch.
So he gets his posture set up, he leans into it, keeps it.
You know, listen to the news, drink some
Yeah.
coffee. While you're
And really go into internal rotation, tuck that hand behind your back.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go, yeah.
Go there. And really
And you can kind of work through some rotations there and some windshield wipers there. And he's really just trying to relax the front of his chest and shoulder there and let the band pull his shoulder back and open up all that tissue and that space in the front there to help him with that posture that he's trying to improve in the boat.
And I've got an old injury that I can feel, you know, kind of pops every time I move through this range. So hopefully someday that'll loosen up. And,
Yeah, smash down. I think I get the same thing on the same shoulder. That's pretty funny.
yeah.
All right, rock and roll. So the banded bully, great.
And then I'd probably finish with some foam rolling on the upper back.
Yeah, let's see what that looks like.
Over here. Alright. So start out just kind of going back and forth on the upper back.
Nice.
Right about here, legs pop. And then
Good. And wait a second, Drew. Go back to that. I'd like to see you pick your hips up higher, squeeze your butt, pull your rib cage down to your belly button there. Get more of a neutral spine. Hips up even higher. Yep, even higher. Pull the ribs down. Now, keeping that there, now go through that smash. There you go, yeah. Really get all that tissue with the ribs locked down and in there. And then once you find that spot, then you can try and bring the hips down, but don't let the ribs pop open. Keep the ribs locked down as you do that. If you feel yourself hyperextend and let those ribs pop open, reset, and then do it again. You can work those like you did with the rotations before. You can do, you know, hips up, lock everything, neutral spine, squeeze your butt, and then gently or slowly try and bring it down without losing that brace. Kind of work through the different vertebrae and all that tissue. Awesome. Cool. And then what would you do next?
Then last, I got this little 8-pound weight, so I'll just kind of bring it back.
So essentially finding a spot through the lat, the scapula there, the shoulder.
I'm just focusing on kind of like keeping everything really set in here and going after that full range.
Yeah,
You can really
nice.
feel it kind of stretching out. All the stuff
Awesome.
here.
He's got all his weight on it, working through different angles.
And I can also really feel that right in the back. That
Yeah, right down in there.
scap there.
And you would do this routine pretty regularly before you get on the water or after?
Yeah, pretty much every day before.
Gotcha.
At least 10 minutes. If I have time, I'll do 20, 30.
Uh-huh.
You know, while I'm waking up, drinking coffee. And
Yeah.
it really makes a huge difference as far as how I feel in the boat.
Yeah.
If I don't get it in, I can feel it the whole row. I just feel like I can't get to full compression.
All right.
I feel like I'm lunging at the catch the whole row. So.
Yeah. Cool. Rock and roll. And we'll see some video of that, of his improvements with this mobility before and after a little bit later. So awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Thanks, bud.
Thanks.
Row strong.
Row strong.